Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Hines. I'm about to go on 88.5 on the radio live to talk to the musical masseuse, Kathy Hart. She wants to talk to us about Rozelle. Rozelle has gotten a lot of accolades lately, and they want to make sure that the community knows what's happening. So stay tuned. You're on our live, so you see us happening as we go.
You're listening to WQOX 88.5 FM. It is the voice of Memphis, Shelby County Schools. I'm Kathy Hart, musical masseuse. You guys know I get excited when I have guests in. And woohoo! Today we have Dr. Hines in the studio. For those of you who may not know him, he will introduce himself to you. They have some wonderful things going on over at their school, which, Memphis Shelby County Schools just got the TVOS rankings, and we're number 5 for the 4th year in a row. And his school, oh my gosh, he's doing some wonderful things over there. So let me get him to introduce himself to listening communities. How you doing, Dr. Hines?
Hello, Kathy. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. So you came running in here because I know there's so much going on.
Yes.
And so much to be proud for, and then still more work to do. I know, but why don't you share some of the good things, some of the things that's going on, who you are, who you're the principal of, and all the good things you guys are doing.
Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Taurus Hines. I am the proud principal of Rozelle Elementary for Creative and Performing Arts, the only creative and performing arts elementary school in the Memphis Shelby County School District.
Woohoo! And you guys, not only, being the first and the only, you guys are making when we say blazing trails, trailblazing, it's a lot of good things going on.
There are great things happening at Rozelle. Of course, for the optional schools as a whole, there's just a movement happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you just pay attention, there's a lot of shifts happening in optional schools in Shelby County schools at this current moment. Not only that, it started with us last fall when the magnet schools came out with awards, and there were 4 other schools that run Magnet School of Excellence, and Rozelle was named Magnet School of Distinction. And those are my counterpartners, which I do love equally, and that is at Maxine Smith, at East STEM, at John P. Freeman, and Idlewild.
Mm-hmm.
And so our schools collectively had to go through some rigorous standards and submitting artifacts and things to even be able to receive this recognition.
Right.
And we were able to receive these awards in Nashville at the Magnet Schools Conference of America in the spring. And so that was a great look for Shelby County Schools to have 5 schools, because this is all over the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we have more than that in our district, there was only a few in the Tennessee region that actually was recognized.
Right.
So it was bigger than just that.
Exactly.
To get such recognition of this nature. And then we moved on into the year, Kathy, and we just started getting other accolades as we moved along. So I'm just so honored just to work with a group of people who is committed to improving students' outcomes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you guys have the whole focus is on students and family and educational excellence, as well as excellence in the fine arts. And you believe that they are both together. It's not either or. No. It's both and. Am I saying that right?
Yes. Yes. And what you're speaking to is what the nature of our school was constructed for. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't understand that. And I really took the helm of this work. I remember when I interviewed with Dr. Whitelaw and Linda Scalar about this work and what I can do with Rozelle, and I came in with the understanding of what arts integration really was about. And arts integration is not where you have the performing arts doing their work and your academic. It's the performing arts planning with the academics to produce outcomes with children. And that had to require a whole overload in Rozelle's whole instructional planning. We have an extra layer that another school don't have. And we have to focus on how the arts plays a role in the students' performance as well, and not just to get on stage, how they're embedding art in music, dance, theater into math, science, social studies, writing, etc. And so you've heard me in the past, we came out with songs. We are working on an album called Roselle Rocks. And it is songs to help the children in multiplication, writing, learning things they knew about science, vocabulary, and different things, even how to say words and sounds. We are trying to make a difference in employing our kids through an artistic measure.
Exactly. Now, when we're talking about today, okay, so today you were coming to talk about another, accolade that you guys have gotten.
Yes.
And then on the way here today, you get there's a whole nother one. We talked about the blessings on blessings before you can get to shout, to let the community know about one.
Right.
Another one come and go, woo!
Right. Look, it has been nonstop. July, we were supposed to come on 2 weeks ago to talk about, we were named the Arts Rich Elementary School of the Year for the state of Tennessee. So we just received this accolade literally 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Then last week, we pop up in our email, we get an email from Magnet Schools of America. Congratulations, you all are now a nationally certified magnet school. And so bam, that pops up. And then today, guess what opens up? You get the T-Rise level 5. I was like, it is so much stuff hitting us at one time.
But that's just a testament to the wonderful work that you guys, as your team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That you guys are a dynamic team over there, really pouring into the students, and then the students and their families have bought into it, and it's just like a connection, and everybody's working forward towards excellence for the scholars. Am I saying that right? I hope I am.
The superstars.
That's right.
Yes.
The superstars. So tell us a little bit about, the accolade for Arts Enriched School. Am I saying that right?
Arts Rich Schools, yes. So through the Tennessee Arts Academy, they have a measure where schools have to go through an application process. They are examining the arts. They have to come in your school. They observe all of these things. You have to show artifacts of this work. Last year we were School of Merit. We were top finalists. It was between me and another school. But this year we came on back and we brought in the win. But the significant thing about this award, we had our students in New York. They went to perform in New York right when school got out in May. And I remember we just had made it to Broadway. We were eating dinner at a restaurant, and we had received this call, and we had to step outside the restaurant. The lady, Kimmy, was like, Dr. Hines and Miss Warnett, my art teacher, we just wanted you all to know, congratulations, you all are named the Tennessee Arts Rich Elementary School of the Year. And this is in the midst of our children getting a full performing arts experience in New York City. And they did it. I hadn't even talked about the New York experience for Roselle yet. It's been so much stuff going on. It was like the children had to go to New York. They went to see Aladdin, the Broadway show. Then they had the next day they had a master class from the people who was in Aladdin. One of the musical directors was teaching them the songs. They were learning the choreography, and then we had a chance to perform for them. They gave us such high reviews for it being an elementary school with that multitude, and they was like, we never had a lot of secondary kids perform this well, but we did video a lot of that, and a lot of that stuff is on our social media, so if you want to see it, you can see back when we went to New York. But that experience unfolded for them. They had an opportunity to take class at the Alvin Ailey Dance Studio. They performed at the Statue of Liberty. They had an opportunity to do some other classes and just see New York in its artistic measure. And it was such a rewarding experience for those children.
I already know.
Yes.
I cannot begin to tell you how I already know, but I know. You saw I clutched my heart when you said Alvin Ailey.
Yes.
So they actually got to walk the streets of Broadway.
Yes.
And then to eat. To be able to go and just socialize in New York.
And there was a special restaurant. There was like a restaurant when you go in there, you're sitting down, but the waiters and waitresses were people who were performing on Broadway shows, and so they were performing and serving food. It was just a phenomenal experience for the kids to even see it. And that was the first thing they did once we got off the bus in New York. We got to eat in this restaurant. They were singing songs from like Wicked and other Broadway shows. And then we were eating. And it also brought us together as a family because the parents got a chance to experience the art with us. And it was like we were just one big happy family on the bus.
That is an awesome. I was about to say, no, you have not told.
I have not.
That would be some. Oh my gosh, that is phenomenal. So you did. I want to put a pin here. You said that people could go and see some of the snippets on your social media page.
Yes.
What's your social media page?
You can go and find us under any of the ways, but the best way to do it is to go to Roselle's website and access it through there. If you go to Shelby County Schools, look up schools, go to Roselle Elementary's page, and in there, our Instagram is on there, our Facebook is on there, our TikTok, or if you can follow my TikTok, we are always making connections with what we're doing with the kids, and we keep pushing it out. So it's the first access. One, you can learn about our school and see firsthand the different works that we're doing on our website, and then you can link to our social media from there.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And so that was the thing you were coming in to talk about. And so now let's talk about a little bit the TVAS. Because you and your team, y'all brought that score up.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
did.
significantly. We're not talking a small jump.
Yes. When you want to perform better, you have to do things differently. And that was being my third year as principal at the school. You know, my first 2 years, I was coming in trying to develop an artistic culture, get the school up to a measure. And then I know I said in my vision plan I was going to be able to do these things in 5 years. I was able to do what I said in 5 and 3.
Oh.
And so that tripped a bit different measure for me. It challenged me as a leader. I had to think differently and really challenge the teachers. We had to change our approach because we want to reach all kids.
Right.
And so that helped us revisit our vision and mission. We did some regroup of our work and reset our stage on what we needed to do to get our children to shine bright. And we were able to meet that goal this year. We were able to show some success. We changed a lot of things in our own schedule and practice so we make sure every child had an opportunity to be with teachers and get some additional one-on-one support, even though the school day has a lot compact in the hours.
Right.
Those hours are no joke.
Right.
We still made time where everybody had small group for 30 minutes with a teacher, and we broke them up different days where we could really be intentional on growing them where they are so that everybody moves.
Yes, and that's how you grow greatness.
Yes.
Because what I hear you saying is you already realize that all of our scholars are great. It's just that some need extra help somewhere, and you guys just decided as a team we're gonna focus, we're gonna laser beam in, and then help each of our students to grow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is phenomenal. And so congratulations again on that. I mean, on all of those things. Now, let's talk about, you mentioned one thing we hadn't talked about yet. We did the TVAS, the arts, and then you said you got a call about, man, I'm gonna remember it when you're not here, and then I'll have to bring you back. But by that time, it'll be something else. Now, when we were coming up before we got on air, we did talk about how a lot of this comes from that work, the seeds that you planted with that work you were doing last year in the spring.
The Young Kings Leadership Conference. Yes. And we're still building on that. That was a great success last year. And with that, those are different programs that we're offering for our students at Roselle. For one, we want to be able to have something for our young men, we have another program this year just for the girls. Woo-hoo! So now we have something for the queens and the kings. Stay tuned. And we're still expanding our arts too. This year, our children will be going to Orlando, Florida. They'll have an arts experience like they did in New York and Orlando in the spring. So it's always something going on. And it's plenty for them to do. But I think about, like you said, It's those little things, and it's
Mm-hmm.
bringing these children to life,
Right.
and it's like sowing greatness in them early.
Exactly.
And if you even check on our media today, we have student council doing like a voting process. But I wanted the kids to know how important it is that you cast votes early. And we set up our cafeteria like a voting booth, like they would do when
Mm-hmm.
they're running for election. Because
Uh-huh.
I don't want them to wait till high school to think about voting.
Voting. Right.
So today we
Exactly.
be the big old media about we're teaching our children about their social rights now,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's important that you vote on the right people in the right seat.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they learn that now.
Yes.
And that is so important. I just really I tell you all the time that I congratulate you and I applaud you because it's a lot of hard work. And when you know and you always talk about the vision you had and you even realized, oh, with this vision this is going to be a lot of hard work. But congratulations to you because you did in 5 years, you did it in 3.
Yes.
And so now you've stretched yourself out there. And so now we can expect for 2025, 26. Woo-hoo!
Look, Kathy, I think about you and I both. You know, we're very highly spiritual beings.
Uh-huh.
They say all I could think about is that song that said, "Write the vision and
And
make
make
it
it
plain."
plain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
And the more I go in it, I keep thinking, but God only gives a certain person a vision at an appointed
Exactly. At
time,
an appointed
and
time.
only that person can bring it to life.
Exactly. 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 So, you know, if people are hearing or seeing your work and thinking, oh, if he can do it, I can do it too, you have to make sure that you're anointed for what that person is doing, or you'll be like a fish out of water. And it won't work for you.
It's hard work.
It is hard
It is very
work.
hard work.
Okay, so you are over there. We have all these awards from Rozelle. What can we expect? What are some of the things that, like, maybe some plays or whatever you have on the horizon?
So much on the horizon. I think we just need a whole show for ourselves. You just can't get it all in a day. On the horizon, I can tell you, we're writing our own Broadway musical.
Congratulations.
We're not taking Broadway musicals that people have done. Now we're pushing it up.
Mm-hmm.
We're leveling up
Mm-hmm.
a notch. We're taking our own creative abilities.
Mm-hmm.
We're scripting our own script,
Whoa.
writing our own music, because we're an arts-based school,
Mm-hmm.
and we're putting the production to action. This one is going to be a tribute to the Memphis 13 movement,
Mm-hmm.
which is a
Mm-hmm.
part of our historic
Yes.
perspective of our school, and it's going to be called 13 Doors. 13 little first graders had to go through 13 doors
Yes.
to make a change in history, and we're writing a Broadway show about it.
Oh, that is awesome.
And it's coming in May.
Okay.
So stay tuned to 13 Doors where we own it. And the big highlight about all of this is the nation is watching us now because we're national.
Because you're national. You're national.
And we didn't even talk about this, Kathy. We were named as a model school this year. We were the only school in this region named as a model school, and I had to go to Washington D.C. and present at that national conference
That was my
about
thing.
using the arts to employ student outcomes.
Mhm.
And the model school lit that movement, and then the other things, because they was like, now you said, well, now the nation is watching Rozelle. Yes, they're watching everything we do in Shelby County schools.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything. So we look forward to that. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing. And you always come in and share. And it's such a good thing, and we appreciate it. It's just that this week you coming in and sharing, you were just like bombarded with accolades to share. And that's a good thing. That is
Yes,
a good
ma'am.
thing. It's a good thing for the scholars. And another thing I want to say to you, you and your team give the scholars access. What I'm saying is, I come from a faith group that we believe if the kids can see more, then they can be more.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yes.
strongly believe that. And so what you are doing is you are making opportunities for not only the students but for the parents to all those who want to can also go and see more
Yes.
and then realize that being more
Yes.
is right there.
Yes, it's true. It's so true. I couldn't say it any better.
And that is awesome. So thank you for your service, your hard work, all that you're doing. You know, a lot of it is ministry too sometimes. A lot of it is.
We tried to separate the two, but it's hard because you got to know about whose you are.
Right. And to whom you belong.
Yes, and I will never forget that. So, when I go into that building every day, that's what I say that internally. I internalize and affirm in myself what I can do to make a difference. And when I walk into that building, I always think of that phrase: "Is Roselle better because of me, or when I leave, did I leave a legacy that they can remember?" When I walk out of Roselle, whenever that time comes for me to retire, I know I left that school in a better space than what I came into. And they were able to get a lot of accolades due to this hard work we put into the children.
Yes, and that is awesome. Now, this is really just a little slick little question I have for myself.
Go ahead.
When you see your scholars, your superstars, there are most definitely in your whole school, there's somebody, a child, that's looking at you saying, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a principal like Dr. Hines.
Several.
Right. So what would you say to those scholars? Because there's scholars in every school who's looking at their principal and saying, hey, when I grow up, I want to be. So
it's ironic you said that because I just had a conversation with one of my young gents. I said gents. And I have that club. We have clubs, and I run the Young Kings at the schools. And I want to make sure that they are empowered by the principals. And I told my young fellow, I told him, you can be whatever you want. It's because you have the idea, the dream. That's the first step. Because when I think about how I came into education, I didn't want to be a teacher. I didn't even foresee this being my line. I originally started with a dream of being an astronaut. But I traded my stars in for little stars. So I'm still making a difference.
Right.
I am an astronaut still, but I'm working it in the school.
Yeah.
So I thought about that wholeheartedly, and I told him, you can be whatever you want, because he told me he wanted to be a principal. And I said, and I can't wait to support you, and I pray I'm living long enough to see you succeed.
Yeah, that is awesome. That was just something I wanted to ask. And
yes.
So thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
I want all children to be whatever they aspire to be.
Because they can be, So that is awesome. Well, Dr. Hines, before we wrap up, you have to give shouts out. It's radio.
I want to give so many shouts out, but I got to make it quick. Shout out first and foremost to our interim superintendent, Rob Richmond. Thank you for empowering us to do hard work.
Yes.
I want to send another shout out to our board chair, Joyce Coleman. And thank you for your unwavering support. And then to my board commissioner, Michelle McKissick, who constantly pours into me every single time I need something. She's right there bearing arms for me and the children of Roselle. Then I want to give a wholehearted bow down to my queens and kings of Roselle, my Hart family, my staff, the Roselle family. And all of those teachers who work and support, and all of the parents who work and support, and our community partners who support us, and most importantly, to the Roselle Superstars. All of them. Every last one of them. And then to the Optional Schools Office, Dr. Katrina Taylor and Dr. Whitelaw for your unwavering support and all that you do for the children in Roselle.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Hines, for coming in and sharing with us. Congratulations on all of the endeavors. And I already know more coming, so congratulations on those too.
Stay tuned.
Memphis, Mid-South, we have some beautiful jewels right here in the Mid-South. And they are not only at Roselle, but they are right here at Memphis Shelby County Schools. And you'll hear about them right here on the voice of Memphis Shelby County Schools. You're listening to 88.5 FM.